Year, and welcome to this first plugged-in episode of 2025, as we invite you to join us as we take a walk down memory lane and recap the highlights from 2024 plugged-in episodes from January through to December. They include interviews with kidney patients, their caregivers, volunteers, healthcare workers, and so much more. See where Plugged In has been and what kidney events we've covered. And it's all coming up next, right here on this special New Year's episode of Kidney Plugged In. In our first plugged-in episode of 2024, we brought you part 2 of our interview with altruistic living kidney donor Betty.
When I saw the results of Sam getting a kidney, the results were immediate. He was able to do things that he hadn't been able to do for years, and he wasn't freezing cold anymore, and all those other things. So my motivation was sitting right there in front of me, day in and day out, that if somebody did that for Sam, I could certainly do that for somebody else.
Then, from our Kidney Wellness Hub's Eating Well section, we shared some quick and easy recipes from the Smart Food Swaps edition of Come Cook With Us, as our Come Cook With Us chefs shared tips for things from microwave popcorn to easy eggs and roast chickpeas. February ushered in the Lunar New Year celebration, which commenced on February 10th. And in 2024, it was the Year of the Dragon. This festival lasted 16 days and ended with a beautiful lantern festival. And our plugged-in host, Heidi, highlighted many of the Lunar New Year traditions.
Across the globe, around 2 billion people celebrate the Lunar New Year, an international holiday observed throughout many Asian countries.
And in the spirit of Valentine's Day, we brought you good news updates from past interviewees on Plugged In who had shared the story of their personal journeys with kidney disease.
So post-transplant, how are you both doing now?
Good. Yeah, really good. My energy is pretty good, and doing the best we can to stay fit.
I'm feeling like I'm 50 years old again. It's just amazing. The transformation was, I can't explain it, how the energy level went up, how much better I feel.
Going from a point of not knowing if you're gonna wake up the next morning, to a point where you feel great. You don't taste metal anymore. Everything, you can actually taste your food. You have so much more energy.
When I went into the surgery, I thought I was in great shape. I tolerated peritoneal dialysis extraordinarily well, but now being, a year after the transplant, I realized just how much impact my health had on my overall life.
Like, I don't remember any of the discomfort. I don't remember any of the hardship. I don't remember any of it. All I remember is, I had some time off work. I had a lot of good experiences. I've got a new friendship that's developed, and it really was the greatest journey I've been on so far.
And Come Cook With Us chefs Danny and Anya shared their recipe for a scrumptious Valentine's Day dessert.
And I actually think baked pears, they're kind of a date night dessert, so it's a lot of fun to do these for a date night, or even just a friendly, whatever floats your boat, right? Yeah.
Did you know that February is Heart and Health Month? And did you know that there is a direct correlation between your heart health and kidney disease? You see, your heart and your kidneys are 2 important organs in your body. They work together to keep you healthy, and when one is affected, so is the other. So your heart can affect the health of your kidneys, and your kidneys can affect the health of your heart. And because it was Heart Health Month, our Come Cook With Us chefs shared a heart-healthy recipe.
And then I just use my trusted cookie scoop, and I just do a level scoop like that, and I just go. This is so efficient, easy, quick. No resting the dough, no kneading the dough. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you want to massage your food, that's cool. But today, I'm in a rush, so I want to get it off and cooked and baked and ready to go as my dessert.
March is Kidney Health Month, and the Kidney Foundation is on a mission to share information and educate everyone about your kidneys and how to protect them. And to help achieve this goal, Plugged In created informational Did You Know segments in 4 languages, including English, Punjabi, Cantonese, and one for the Indigenous community. Then Plugged In was off to Penticton for an interview with Penticton resident Cam, who shared her personal journey with kidney disease, which began over 20 years ago with a diagnosis of lupus disease.
So it's an autoimmune disease where you have your good blood cells and your bad blood cells. So my body's producing too many of the bad blood cells, and they can attack any of your organs. And the cells are attacking my kidneys.
Kidney disease is with you for life. No one knows that better than the Kidney Foundation, and that's why we launched a national public service announcement to talk about this. And in creating this impactful public service announcement, many Kidney Foundation volunteers stepped up and joined in on set so that the message would have an even greater meaning to everyone. We had interviews with 2 volunteers who participated in the video, who courageously shared their personal stories.
I was recovering from a pulmonary embolism. They were actually talking about letting me go home. I was doing well with the recovery, and then I just got really sick, really violently sick. After they did a bunch of tests on me to try to figure out what was going on, they came back and they told me my kidneys had failed.
I was first diagnosed about 9 years ago. Came from regular routine blood work, and the doctor informed me that there was protein in my urine. I had high blood pressure for a long time, ever since I was 33. But kidney disease still came as a surprise. I knew nothing about kidney disease. And for a long time, I knew nothing about kidney disease. It's not until I started dialysis that I learned more about it. But in terms of what was involved and how it impacted life, I really didn't fully understand that.
April 7th marked the 6th annual Green Shirt Day event, and Plugged In was proud to welcome back Logan Boulet's parents, Toby and Bernadine, and they spoke to us about how Green Shirt Day has evolved over the past 6 years.
As any parent or any person who's lost someone and they've passed away, what you want is them to still be part of conversations. You want people to carry on with thinking about that person as if they're still around. And so to know that 6 years after such a tragic event as the bus crash, that people are still talking about Logan and he's still making an impact and he's still making a difference. I think that that's really important. It always warms my heart when someone comes up to me and says something about, oh, I know who Logan is. It has impacted my family. I just had a conversation with a colleague at school who's new to our school, and she was talking about the fact that a relative of hers was able to get a liver transplant, and the opportunity came because there's more people who are registered, and it was after the crash time. So it, just knowing that it has made a difference and it still continues to impact people.
And April ushered in a special week that provided an opportunity to shine a light on the incredible work done by volunteers across the country as Canada celebrated National Volunteer Week.
The Kidney Foundation of Canada and all our branches from coast to coast want to acknowledge the thousands of volunteers who supported us over the last year. This kind and generous group donated over 41,000 hours to moving our mission forward. While thousands of those volunteer hours go into leadership, supporting kidney patients and public education, a significant amount of their time and resources are invested in fundraising. Through their collective efforts, they have raised millions for kidney research, making the Kidney Foundation a leading source of research funding and giving kidney patients and their families hope for the future. As the Kidney Foundation of Canada celebrates its 60th anniversary, it is the care, determination, and commitment of our volunteers that have made the organization what it is today. For those volunteers who were there in the beginning and those who continue to grow it, you are the fuel the foundation runs on. There is no us without you. On behalf of our staff and those affected by kidney disease, thank you for your time, your talents, and your dedication. Happy National Volunteer Week.
And NOTDA, the acronym for National Organ and Tissue Donation Awareness Week, took place from April 21st to the 27th. And in our Did You Know segment, we shared with you important facts and information about living organ donation. And we proudly brought you highlights from the 12th Annual Kidney Gala.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 12th Annual Kidney Gala.
The Jackie Cohen Family Foundation would like to pledge $50,000. $50,000! Who would like to support us at $1,000? 289-394-190. Make some noise, everyone!
I'm really excited to let you guys know that we've raised $390,000 tonight.
We want, as a family, to thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts for being here and supporting this absolutely wonderful organization. Thank you very much.
And as the calendar flipped into May and the weather switched from rain to sunshine, Plugged In welcomed Alvin Clark to the show. Alvin, a transplant recipient, received his kidney from his brother. And Alvin shared his lifelong journey with nephrotic diabetes insipidus syndrome.
If I followed my urge to pee, I'd be going every 15 or 20 minutes. That created problems during school, things like that. It created other issues. So what I started doing is I would hold and hold it and hold it. And one of the side effects of that as a kid is I always used to walk around with a pot belly, and it wasn't fat. It was because my bladder was so distended. I could hold almost 2 liters a urine before I had to void.
And we were pleased to introduce you to Gurjeet, a mother of 2 and a renal nurse. Gurjeet was on dialysis before she received a transplant through the Paired Exchange program, which her husband had taken part in. And Gurjeet shared her story of love, inspiration, and hope.
I think being a mom is such an amazing journey, but when you have to go through something like that, it's traumatizing. Like, it's so impactful. And I remember like sending my friends like voice notes saying like, if something happens to me, like make sure you guys stay in like my kids' lives because they need like people that know me, right?
And Plugged In welcomed Dr. Nessa Gogan, a nephrologist from St. John's, New Brunswick. Dr. Gogan talked about the importance of your kidney health, and she shared with our viewers her top 5 tips on how to keep your kidneys healthy, and she had some words of advice for kidney patients.
You don't need to become an angel and do everything perfectly. You just need to do things that may improve your blood pressure, for instance, which may be like exercising, a little bit of weight loss, cutting back on salt in your diet, maybe cutting back on alcohol.
Then we caught up with our Kidney Wellness Hub Come Cook With Us chefs, and we found them in the kitchen preparing tofu lettuce wraps.
Yeah, you feel like you're at Cactus or like... I do. Who needs to go? Save your money, save your pennies for that wonderful trip that you've always wanted to take, right? Cook at home. This is really quick cooking. This is not a lot of time on your feet. This is so nice. Love it.
Plugged In kicked off June by welcoming 3 guests from Bowser, BC. Bowser is a small community with a big heart. This small community of approximately 7,000 residents can boast about having the largest number of living kidney donors per capita. Sharing their story with us were 2 kidney donors and 1 transplant recipient. And theirs was a story of friendship and community spirit.
June 21st is known as National Indigenous Peoples Day. Why June 21st? Well, for generations, many Indigenous groups and communities have celebrated our culture and heritage on or around that time because of the significance of summer solstice as the longest day of the year. The best way to gain a deeper understanding of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis experiences is through our own voices.
So on this National Indigenous Peoples Month episode, we shared some inspirational stories from kidney patients of Indigenous descent. Marissa Nahani from the Squamish and Nisga'a people not only talked about her personal journey, but she also joined the Come Cook With Us chefs, Danny and Anya, in the kitchen to cook up one of her favorite easy-to-bake salmon recipes. And we joined Chief Michael Wakalma, elected chief of the Qualicum First Nations, as he sat fireside and shared with us some Indigenous traditions and ceremonies that were part of his journey while on dialysis. The first Plugged In episode in July was a celebratory one as we featured highlights from the 2024 Kidney Walk campaign. Plugged In was on location in 4 communities, including the Fraser Valley, at the Central Island Walk in Nanaimo, in Whitehorse at the Kidney Walk that was celebrating the Yukon's 10th Kidney Walk anniversary, and in Vancouver.
I was on peritoneal dialysis for 2 years.
How long were you on dialysis?
6.5 years. I had B positive blood, so it takes a while for the match.
We all have our own reasons for being here. Some people.
And later in July, nephrologist Dr. Megan Borkham joined us to talk about the importance of exercise for kidney patients and how maintaining a healthy lifestyle can improve your kidney health.
Really, any form of exercise is recommended. We generally recommend a mixture of aerobic activity, so things that cause your heart rate to go up, whether it's walking, running, cycling. Then some resistance exercises, so even just small weights, things like Pilates, even just using body weight. And then stretching, so yoga, for example, is very helpful. But to be honest, Deb, any exercise is helpful.
And since sunshine and barbecuing go hand in hand, the Kidney Wellness Hub Come Cook With Us chefs shared a delicious barbecue sauce recipe with us.
So what you're gonna do is you're going to have this on a little bit. I don't know how high your heat is. Yeah, it's pretty good. And you're gonna let this come to a boil. And once it's done boiling, you turn the heat down to low and you're gonna let this simmer for an hour. Make this ahead of time or make this at night while you're doing everything else or prepping if you're having a barbecue. And then you can store it in the fridge for about 2 weeks, or you can freeze it. Or what we also like to do, you can marinate your meat. Once this is cooled, make sure you cool it down if you're gonna marinate raw meat, and then put that in Ziploc bags, put it in the freezer, and just use them on the barbecue or grill when you need to.
And for a second year, Plugged In launched our Summer Safety Tips series, where we shared some important food and exercise safety tips to help viewers enjoy the summer while staying safe. Since it's August, it was time for the second annual Tee Up for Transplant golf tournament in Kelowna, and Plugged In reporter Joshi was on location covering all the action and fun on the course.
Hi everyone, I'm Joshi, and it's my pleasure to be here in Kelowna today at Black Mountain Golf Course for the second annual Tee Up for Transplant golf tournament. Whoa, that's nice! The Tee Up for Transplant golf tournament is hosted by the BC and Yukon branch of the Kidney Foundation and is raising funds to support life-saving research, patient services, and public education programs that provide many resources for those living with kidney disease. Over 80 participants are here today to play in this tournament, have a great time, and to enjoy a fun round of golf and to support an important cause. It's a gorgeous day here in Kelowna, BC. The sun is shining and the golfers are registered and ready for the shotgun start.
And in a very special summer episode, Plugged In enjoyed a day of fun, both on and off the water, at Kidney Kids and Transplant Camp that was held at Camp Latona on Gambier Island in BC.
Hi, tell me your names.
Polaris.
Cypress. Bonnie.
Kiwi. Shrimp.
Lori.
Atlantis. Mussel.
Your muscle.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking to the right guy.
Yeah.
Q, if you have a Camp Latona name, what are you gonna pick?
Can it be anything?
Yeah, anything.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. I like that. That's fun.
Tingleberry.
Tingleberry. I like that. Maybe mermaid? Yeah. Yeah? Mermaid? Nice. Love that.
Mermaids, pretty much.
Wow, love that. Okay.
Fish head.
Yeah. Fish head? Yeah. Both of you? Fish head? Okay. That's pretty fun. Hi, Kaden. So you're back again to the camp. How excited are you for the water sports?
Really fun. It's so fun. I just can't wait to do it.
Baby! Latona! Do it!
In September, we featured Walking to Wellness, and we introduced you to the creator, Joey Ficacelli, who's behind this kidney wellness initiative that includes virtual exercise snacks and in-person meetups. And these meetups are expanding and coming to a community near you this year in 2025.
Joey, thanks for meeting with me.
I'm happy that you were able to find a time to meet with me so we can talk about how we can best help to implement it in your daily routine.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Just a little bit about myself. I'm a young mom of 2 very active boys. So as you can imagine, it's really hard for me to find the energy to exercise, let alone actually do the exercise. I'm looking to get some help with how to get started.
And Dr. Megan Borkham was back to talk about how the Kidney Wellness Hub is such a great asset for all kidney patients, especially those newly diagnosed.
So I really, really like the Kidney Wellness Hub. It's a really great resource. What I like about it is there's a lot of variety. It's on an online space, and there's live classes, there's discussion boards, and they're updating content. So I see there's a new Pilates class that's being offered. And the nice thing about it is you can become part of a community, so you can meet other people that are on the same journey as you. And as well as that, the instructors, a lot of them are kidney patients themselves.
And later in September, we welcome back Marissa Nahani as she joined the Come Cook With Us chefs to share 2 of her favorite go-to dishes that, as Marissa says, rescued her appetite from nutritional boredom while she was on dialysis.
We're gonna start off with my favorite snack. I love chips, but on my restricted diet, I wasn't allowed to eat potatoes. So I found a way to eat potatoes. If you twice boil them, then it's totally fine.
October is Lupus Awareness Month, and it's a time when lupus patients and supporters from across the country work to raise awareness about this under-recognized disease. Plugged In viewers met Penticton resident Cam Kang, who shared her personal journey with kidney disease that began 20 years ago with an initial diagnosis of lupus disease.
So, lupus has been attacking my kidneys. Hence I have chronic kidney disease.
October is also Emotional Wellness Month, and in our October episode, we highlighted some resources from the Kidney Wellness Hub that will help boost your emotional well-being. We invited Megan Gorosh to the show to explain the important role that everyone's matrix of support plays in supporting mental well-being.
I find quite often the answer to that is people, and that's great. Lots of us have people that are really good supports.
And psychologist Erin Moon talked about some of the red flags to look out for that may help identify mental health challenges.
The other thing to look out for too is just the impact on the person's day-to-day life. So if the struggle with mood or anxiety is getting in the way of getting to work or getting to school, doing normal activities that the person enjoys, if they're not able to do those things in the same way, then I would say that that's a red flag as well for some extra support.
Then many of our viewers rolled out their yoga mats and joined kidney transplant recipient and Kidney Wellness Hub yoga instructor Brenda Brown as she demonstrated mindful breathing exercises.
And we inhale all the way down into our diaphragm or right into our belly or the Buddha belly, making it big and long, and push it out, and then exhale all the way.
And we rounded out this episode focusing on emotional wellness with the Did You Know segment on how lifestyle choices can impact your kidney, your overall health, and your emotional wellness.
Did you know your lifestyle choices can significantly impact your kidney health? Staying hydrated, eating a balanced diet that's low in salt, maintaining a healthy weight, and moving regularly can all help protect your kidneys.
November is Diabetes Month, and we interviewed Jody from Whitehorse in the Yukon. Jody has lived with diabetic kidney disease since early childhood, and she talked about the challenges she's faced in her lifelong journey living with these 2 chronic illnesses.
What daily challenges do you face in balancing your diabetes management with your kidney condition, and can you share any tips?
I would say probably the hardest thing is processed food. It's not always quick to find something to eat when you're hungry, and like watching your processed food because of all the extras added to it.
Totally, very true.
And we aired a Did You Know segment which highlighted the ways in which diabetes can affect your kidneys.
Did you know that there is a link between diabetes and kidney disease? Diabetes, in fact, is the leading cause of kidney disease. So how does diabetes affect the kidneys? Diabetes damages the blood vessels. High blood sugar clogs all the blood vessels, including the filters of the kidneys. This may contribute to decreased kidney function.
And as temperatures drop, we reminded you the importance of including intentional movement in your daily routine. So, to help you do so, we showcased a wide variety of live and on-demand classes the Kidney Wellness Hub has available at your fingertips to help you bring exercise indoors during the cold winter months.
First exercise I'm going to show you is the king of all exercise, the squat. You do it every day when you get up out of your chair, you get up out of your bed, so it's important you know how to squat properly.
The next exercise, we're going to do a frontal raise to a lateral raise. So this exercise, we're going to be working on our shoulders. Okay, so hands on the side. So you're going to bring your hand up to the shoulder level, and then you're going to bring it out laterally, and then down.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Let's go.
Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Step right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the example of your friend being one hand and you being the other. So the idea is you're going to bring one hand really close to your chest and the other one to your side. And all you're doing is the best thing about friends, you want to keep them close by.
And we kicked off the holiday season episodes of Plugged In with a holiday greeting from the president of the BC Newcom Branch Board of Directors, Glenn Powers.
Every one of you is making a difference in people's lives. And you're making the holiday season better for all of us. On behalf of everyone at the Kidney Foundation, I want to wish you all a happy holiday season.
And since December is a special month of giving, Plugged In highlighted the 3rd annual Living Donors Circle of Excellence reception that took place at the Paradox Hotel in Vancouver.
The Living Donor Circle of Excellence reception celebrates the importance of incredible individuals who have given the gift of life through organ donation. This event recognizes organizations in the Living Donor Circle of Excellence who have come together to remove a very real financial barrier to living organ donation, wage loss during recovery period. It touches my heart to see so many businesses and organizations committed to helping make a difference and move the needle for living donation by supporting their employees that choose to give the gift of life.
And with the holidays just a few weeks away, Plugged In welcome back the Kidney Wellness Hub's Come Cook With Us chefs to share with us some of their holiday recipes to help everyone achieve a healthy eating balance over the holiday season.
You can also do this with veggies. You know, if you slice your veggies like eggplant or carrots or yams or whatever veggies you like, Brussels sprouts, you could do the same steps of cornstarch, plant-based milk, and your mixture of seasonings. And then you could fry that all up together.
Happy New Year to all our Plugged In viewers. Wishing you a year of good health and happiness in 2025. And stay tuned because we have more great episodes of Kidney Plugged In coming up right here this year.